Hey folks, so in this video, I will take you through a quick demo on how to install Signals in an Ubuntu machine and how to get it running. So this is pretty simple. You just come to signals.io website, go to our docs and go to the deployment section and see what are the requirements. So basically we provide two setups, ClickHouse setup and Kafka plus Druid setup. So, and we provide two modes of installation, one with Docker and another with Helm chart. So in this video, I will take you through the steps involved in deploying with Docker. So if you want to install Signals with Docker, first you have to install the Signals backend. And with that, there comes a sample application, which you can also see how it works, right? So that's where we'll focus on this video. In other videos, I have also talked about how to instrument your application, but that will not focus on in this video, right? So in this video, let's talk about how to install Signals via install script. So to install Signals, we support two methods. One is via install scripts and one is directly via Docker Compose. So install script primarily checks if your machine has Docker or not and installs things as needed, right? So we support these operating systems in installing via install script. So Ubuntu is one of the most common operating systems which users use us for. So I'll just give you a demo for that. So before going further, I'll just show you I have already created a new Ubuntu machine in Azure. So it's a 2004 Azure VM with 2 CPU and 8 GB. Signals should easily run with even with 2 GB memory, but it's like one of the standard machines which we use. And yeah, so this is the simple Ubuntu machine which you have used, and I've already logged into this machine. I'll just do a sudo get update to ensure that all the packages are updated. Cool. So let's go through the instructions. So we'll use the install script method to install Signals now. So the first command is just cloning the GitHub repo which we have. So just do that. So this clones the GitHub repo and then takes you to a particular folder. Post that, we'll initiate the install script. So it takes you asks you whether do you want to go with ClickHouse or you want to go with Kafka and Druid setup. So ClickHouse is much easier to try out and less resource intensive. So we'll just go with that. So this install script internally checks if you have the required packages or not, and then installs Docker for you, and then installs the required components and libraries which is needed for installing Signal, right? So this will take a few minutes. Meanwhile, just see. So meanwhile, just so once this gets installed, it will automatically also start a hot rod sample application for you. So you can access that sample app directly running on a local machine. So you can just check that sample app on localhost 3000 or the public IP of the machine with port 3000, right? So as you see, this has downloaded all the Docker Compose packages. So this machine didn't have Docker earlier. It installed Docker, and then now it's installing the packages required for Signals. So in the meanwhile, we'll just open port 3000 in this machine, which is required to access the front end. So I just go to add in one rule, add 3000 here. So it opens up port 3000 for this machine to the public, and that's the port we'll see to use Signals. So if you see now, it has already pulled out all the containers required. We primarily require 4 containers. One is the ClickHouse, which is the database we use. Next is query service, which is the backend which you use, which talks to the ClickHouse database. OTel collector is the open telemetry collector, which we use for like getting data from your applications and then post-processing it and then sending it to like our databases. And front end is the UI where you will visualize it, right? So as you see, this is like already installed Signals now. Install is complete. So it took hardly less than 2 minutes in my machine. So I'll just give my email ID also. And then, yeah, so basically in Signals backend, query service, ClickHouse, everything is now configured here. So as I was talking about, right, we'll want to see like what's after Signals, what do you see, right? So we'll just copy the IP address of this machine and then try to access port 3000. So this takes to a page where you can give your email ID and your name, and basically you can just get started, right? So this is the sample hot rod application, and this is just to ensure you see how the application looks and visualize it here. So it has data around like a particular application metrics. You can see things like application latencies, request per second, top endpoints, what are the errors. You can also see the traces corresponding to it. So if you just click, it will take you the detailed trace views, and you can go to the detailed trace there and see what are the like spans involved there, right? So this is a service call which like calls /dispatch, and underlying it calls customers. So if you just go here, it selects this, and then you can see like what are the underlying calls. You can also see if this is calling something deeper inside. So you get a very detailed view of what are the different calls being made. And for any span, you can see the different tags which are being exported for that. So if you just go there, you can go down to the level of actual SQL query which is set up, right? So this is a very powerful and like detailed view of the flame graph. And also go to a particular thing and like make that as a root node, so that you just only focus on that span for focusing. And this flame graph sort of gives you the overall view, right? So this is like the flame graph view. One more interesting feature I want to talk about, like Signals provides you with very detailed tag filtering. So you can just select a service which you want, front-end service, and then it shows you what are the tags which are available. And now can even do things like a regex filtering on the tags, which is like not available with many other products. And like only filters or spans which have this. So there's no error today in this service. So we'll just see if there's any 200. Okay, so this gets applied as an AND. So we have to remove the older filter. So now you see like there are many 400, 200 status codes, and the graph you see here is the aggregate graph of that. So basically these are the aggregated data from the traces, and they are represented as a metrics here. You can see number of calls made, P99 duration, P95 duration, P50 durations, things like that, right? So this is a very powerful feature which you can use to set any types of tags here. For example, if you have a customer which is of a particular type, You can put it out here, filter based on that, and see only the metrics for that customer, right? So that's something which is very powerful. And I'll also show you quickly the service map feature which we have, where like you can get the overall view of how the services looks and how they communicate with each other, and you hover over them. You get number P-line latencies, request per seconds, and error rates. Right? So this is a quick overview of like how signals can be installed, and within a few minutes, like less than 5 minutes, you can start seeing your data here and start seeing signals installed in your Ubuntu machine, right? Now the next step would be for you to install instrument your signals. So this has just installed signals backend and the UI on your machine. Now you have to you'd want to send your application data to Signal, right? So you have to instrument your applications based on the language framework which you have, Python, Node.js, Java, and this I have talked about in more detail in other videos. So thanks a lot.